Hey, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles and those is a great millstone, who I learned this truth from it doing well. Peace, salutation to the 144,000, and the rest of the one third, the large multitude unto you say shalom. Coming to you back with another lesson through the Spirit, and I'm entitled this one, America is collapsing. The evidence is right in front of us, because we're seeing all the current events that are going around the world, but especially here in Babylon, we could see this place collapsing in real time. We could see the economy, collapsing, the optimism for this place to continue. People really don't see a future here in Babylon, the great America. And one thing their hope is relying on is for Trump to come into office and, as is saying, make America great again, the MAGA. That's the spirit that these Americans are in, for America to be healed, from its collapsing economy, but America is going to be healed, because ultimately this place is going to be destroyed, but before that happens, it has to crumble from the inside, because in every facet of life here, is crumbling, from the economy to the morals. The music is trash. The food is polluted, the air, the water. The roads are constantly, being fixed. The infrastructure, and that's letting you know that this place is crumbling. It's collapsing, and ultimately the ultimate collapse is going to be those ICBMs, that thermonuclear fire, those ICBMs. That's going to be the final nail on the coffin, but first certain prophecies have to play out. The economic collapse, Jacob's trouble, martial law, and that implementation of the MOTB. But the elect are seeing these signs and know that this place is done. The only ones who can't see it are the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, which comprises of these so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And these heathens, they're the only ones who don't see it, but they're gonna get caught up with the collapse of this place and ultimately that destruction. So I'm gonna get this first scripture. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 3, and it reads, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened." Yeah, so the keepers of the house shall tremble. That's going into the wicked elite, who are ruling the day, because they're trembling, that they know that their rulership, their kingdom, their wicked kingdom is coming to an end very soon. So they're trembling, they're afraid, and the strong man that's going into, the police force, they're gonna be afraid too. They're not gonna regard, you know, lawlessness. They're gonna defend, their family, put their interest first. It's not gonna be like it is right now. The policemen, they're not gonna, care for when people are breaking the law. And when the grind cease, that's going into the 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 workers, because 2024, it was a record number of layoffs. So how much more 2025? It's only going to ramp up, and that's going to lead to people, you know, not looking forward to the future. Because if the windows be darkened, that means that the optimism for this place to continue is gone. It's dead, and that's the spirit that these people are in. They know that Babylon is done, but they got that small hope that it can continue, with Trump coming into office and, making things right again. But no, this place is falling and it's going to ultimately collapse and be destroyed. It's going to be utterly wasted. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Yeah, so this music, this modern day music, all it pushes is degeneracy. It's demonic because ultimately Esau, Edom, has gotten a hold of it. As the decades progress, music just got progressively worse, and now, it's at an all-time low. So that's letting you know the the state of this country. With his music, it pushes the LGTB, the alphabet agenda, the feminism, whole culture and black culture, all degeneracy. And who's at the forefront of it is Jake. So I'm gonna get this next one. This is Isaiah chapter 24 and verse 7. The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry hearted do sigh. Verse 8, the mirth of the tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth endeth, the joys of the heart ceaseth. Yeah, so the new wine, which is this philosophy, the bread and circus, these holidays, it is not hitting the same, because ultimately the mirth of this place has been taken away, and people are trying to hold on to that little bit of so-called mirth. They're trying to force that energy, but no, that energy is gone. Because now people are saying, Thanksgiving doesn't hit the same, Christmas doesn't hit the same, New Year's doesn't hit the same, and that's letting you know that the mirth of this place is being wiped out. Because ultimately it is the Lord taking the mirth out of America, Babylon the Great, and that's going to lead to that collapse. The economy is going to collapse. Jacob's trouble. This is verse 9. They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them, then drink it. Verse 10. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, and no man may come in. Yeah, so, these people are trying to drown in their sorrows, as it says. They're trying to forget their problems, trying to, get drunk 24/7. But ultimately, that's not going to work because, the Lord is taking the spirit out of this place. So, that wine, that strong drink is not hitting the same, because ultimately Esau, Edom is polluting it. But it's Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai who's in control because, he's taking the spirit of mirth out of America. Verse 11, there is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened, and the mirth of the land is gone. Yeah, so, people are looking for answers. Why is the economy collapsing? Why doesn't, the holidays feel the same? And they're consulting uh, with, you know, these churches, these left-handed priests, these witches, these warlocks. But ultimately, what they don't know is Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai's will for this place to collapse and ultimately to be destroyed. They're looking for those answers, but they're not going to have them. So I'm gonna get this next one. This is Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 14. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof, as a drunken man staggering in his vomit. Verse 15, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, which the head or tail, branch or rush may do. Yeah, so ultimately it's Yahweh Bashim Shai putting that perverse spirit here in Babylon the Great, you know, pushing, that wicked spirit throughout the the land of Babylon the Great, America, because ultimately he's putting for this, he's putting the spirit for this place to collapse. There isn't really any hiring going on anymore. So those jobs aren't there. So that's going to lead to that economic collapse and ultimately that implementation of the MOTB. So I'm gonna get this next one. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 8. Babylon is suddenly fallen and destroyed. How for her? Take balm for her pain. If so, she may be healed. Yeah, so that's gonna be the ultimate fate, the end for America, for Babylon the Great, is gonna be those ICBM thermonuclear missiles, that lake of fire, because this place isn't gonna be healed, not even if Trump comes into office and quote unquote makes America great again. No, this place is gonna be utterly wasted. This is verse 9. We would have healed Babylon, but she is not healed. Forsake her, let us go, every one into his own country. For her judgment reaches unto heaven and is lifted up even to the skies. Yeah, so, Babylon's not going to be healed, because ultimately this place has to be destroyed, for all the wickedness that is pushed out, throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing out that wine, that Babylon juice, the alphabet agenda and all its wickedness. And, you got these different nations that have gotten rich off Babylon trying to flee, the judgment of Yahweh Bashim El Shai. But no, they're going to have to suffer, that judgment as well. They're going to have to pay for all the wickedness and the fornication that they've committed with Babylon, with America, because even if they do flee, the land of America, ultimately they're still going to be judged, even if they go back to their countries, but that's the ultimate end of this place. First it's going to collapse inside, it's going to crumble, economically, the infrastructure, the morals, and ultimately the final plague, those ICBMs, that's going to be the end all the end be all for Babylon the Great, America. But that's pretty much the point. I pray that this is edifying to the elect. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone who all learned this truth from and rule well. Peace, salutation, 144,000, and the rest of the one third. Large multitude unto you, I say Shalom.